Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, and the weather here in Kisumu is fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching this particular video from. Yesterday, Musalia Mudavadi faced the wrath of Kenyans. Kenyans caught Musalia Mudavadi lying. Musalia Mudavadi issued nomination certificates to aspirants who are going to contest various seats on ANC party ticket in the upcoming general election. This is what Musalia Mudavadi updated on his official Facebook page. Today, the ANC party presented nomination certificates to 1,800 candidates who will be flying the party's flag in August 9th general election. The party will field 14 candidates for the governor's seat. So according to Musalia Mudavadi, they are going to have governor candidates, 14 of them. Then they are going to have 16 senators, and they are going to have 116 aspirants running for the members of parliament. And the rest will vie as MCS. The ANC party remains committed to the democratic ideals as enshrined in our constitution. All the best to our candidates. Now, that was the post Musalia Mudavadi made. And that's the post which made Musalia Mudavadi face the wrath of Kenyans. Kenyans pointed out obvious lies from this particular post. Because according to Kenyans, we have only 1,450 wards in the entire country. But according to Musalia Mudavadi, 1,800 people applied, were issued with the certificates. And Kenyans easily added, like if you add 14 governors, you add it to 16 senators, that's already 30. Then when you add 116 MPs, that's 146. So if you subtract 146 from 1,800, you are left with 1,654 MCs, which is a lie because the number of MCs we have in this country, if NC were to fill all of them, is actually 1,450. So they pointed out that lie, which is around 200. And the other fact we know is that ANC party is not fielding all these MCs, which means that figure is a lie. I'm sure if they're doing well, you could talk of 1,000 MCs. So the question which Kenyans were asking, why would Musalia Mudavadi lie about the numbers? For those who've been on this channel, I've always opined that politics is a game of numbers. And those numbers are either real or perceived. So the figures which Musalia Mudavadi was telling Kenyans is a lie. But he wanted Kenyans to perceive that ANC party has numbers. So in this video, I want us to try and figure out why Musalia Mudavadi lied to Kenyans with straight eyes, because I thought that after that yesterday's blunder, he would go ahead and edit the post or even delete the post. But that post is still on his official Facebook page, which means he's still sticking to the lie which he told Kenyans. But before we get into all those, what we do on this channel is simple. We analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do now, if you're watching this video for the first time, is just to click that subscribe button. To the subscribers, please, I want to thank you. And it's my hope that you'll find this video interesting, and maybe you could let me know where you think we should be able to improve. Now, let us get straight to the point. Why do you think Musalia Mudavadi would lie that they issued 1,800 tickets? Because the truth is, if Musalia Mudavadi was able to get 1,400 and 1,406,000, if he was able to attract both MPs, governors, and senators, if there are 146, how many governors do we have in this country? 47. He was able to get only 14, which is not even half. Members of parliament, how many do we have? Over 300. The members of parliament is they issued the certificate is 116, which is less than half. Definitely, it means even the MCAs, which are by number is 1,650, he was not going to get half of them, which basically means like around 800. So, which means if you add those figures, Musalia Mudavadi's party was going to have like less than 1,000 certificates. But why would he lie on the numbers? Number one, politics is a game of perception. So Musalia Mudavadi wanted to create a perception that his party, ANC party, is a strong party. Because if you look at 1,800, that's a huge number. So he wanted to create that perception that ANC as a political party is a serious political party, is strong, and maybe even the representation is across the country, which is a total lie. Which means even the numbers they posted of 14, 16, and 116 could all be lies. But he's already creating that perception that ANC as a political party is strong. So the first thing he wanted to do was to create a perception. And why would he create perception? Perception in politics always persuade people to make certain decisions. Like for example, if the numbers was perceived to be few, very few people would be attracted to that party. But if the number is huge, then many people would be persuaded to go to or to support that party. So I think he wanted to create that perception, but Kenyans caught him red-handed. Number two, with those numbers, Musalia Mudavadi was going to increase his ability to negotiate. And let me just point out something. William Ruto yesterday met with his team in Nairobi, where they unveiled the team for Nairobi. And from that team, it is clear that Musalia Mudavadi was shortchanged. NC party is not producing the gubernatorial candidate in Nairobi. The running mate is also coming from UDA as a political party, another Kikuyu. The Senate is going to UDA as a political party. The women rep is going to UDA as a political party, which means in Nairobi he's already been shortchanged. Then you go further to the MCS, okay, to members of parliament. In Westlands, where ANC has a strong presence in Nairobi, UDA is sponsoring a candidate. The other place they have a presence is actually in Langata. UDA is sponsoring a candidate. The other place would have been, for example, Mathare. UDA is sponsoring a candidate. So you look at the entire Nairobi, Musalia Mudavadi is coming with 0. But if he was floating these numbers, it means William Ruto was going to respect him, that, ANC party has issued 1,800 certificates. That's huge. So they were going to be respected. But that has not happened, because Kenyans have exposed the lies in that list, and therefore I'm sure there are Kenyans who are working on the real numbers of members of parliament who are going to contest on ANC party, the governors and the Senate. So I think he wanted to increase his power on the negotiating table, especially with UDA as a political party. Number 3, the idea behind increasing these numbers, in my view, is political, and I don't fault Mudavadi on this. That is politics. And for me, he's just right. Why? How do you rally your support base? Because already Musalia Mudavadi is not a presidential candidate. He's not a running mate. But he had his supporters who are looking up to him. These supporters feel that he has been shortchanged in Nairobi also. So how can you rally them? The only sure way of rallying this support base is by coming up with figures that your party has many aspirants. So they'll support some of these aspirants in the hope that majority of them are going to emerge victorious. And once they emerge victorious, then definitely it's going to add value to the overall objective of Musalia Mudavadi, especially his interest of becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya. So in my view, the whole idea behind inflating these numbers by Musalia Mudavadi was to be able to rally their supporters to stand with the party. Because, Kenyans have a peculiar habit. If the party is not perceived to be popular, then they tend not to support that party. But if the party is perceived to be popular, then they support that party. And the other fact is Kenyans have a tendency of supporting political parties with presidential candidates. That's why in the last election, Musalia Mudavadi and Weta were claiming that they managed to win fewer seats. Why? Because Raila Odinga was the presidential candidate. That if Musalia Mudavadi was the presidential candidate, probably his party would have won more seats. And on that, I agree with them. If Musalia Mudavadi were on the ballot, these numbers he's floating here would have even increased, because there was no way he was going to be considered a serious presidential candidate if, for example, his party could not even attract half of the senators and half of governors. Because for you to be declared a president of the Republic of Kenya, you must win at least 25% in half of the counties. So it means if he could not even raise governors in half of those counties, then it means, he has no chance. So that's number 2. Number 3. Number 4, I think the party, ANC party, is also keen on attracting funding, especially from Ruto. Ruto will look at the numbers and say, okay, Mudavadi, how many candidates do you have? Okay, we have these candidates. Okay, how much do they need to campaign? This much. He was going to be issued with that money. Or alternatively, there are people who are sympathetic to Musalia Mudavadi, people who would want Musalia Mudavadi's party to thrive. Some of these people would pump money into ANC party and the aspirants based on what they are seeing, that Musalia Mudavadi is serious. Like the Luya professionals, the Mulembe nation, who believe Musalia Mudavadi can succeed Ruto, would pump money into ANC party. But they can only do that if they see ANC as a strong political party. And how do you judge that a party is serious? Its ability to sponsor candidates in various seats. And that is what he wanted to do. And lastly, I also tend to think that someone somewhere within ANC party lied to Musalia Mudavadi, or the person who is managing his official pages was lied to, that the number of people they issued with the certificate was 1,800. And this is common in politics. You just lie with a straight face and nothing happens. So in my view, maybe someone just lied to him that, okay, we have 1,800 people have applied, and out of that, 14 are governors, 16 are senators, 116 of them are members of parliament, and the rest are MCS, which is total lie. So someone just lied to him, and they went with those figures without questioning. And because in politics, again, once a mistake has happened, you don't just go and edit, because if you edit, people will point out. So I think it's just deciding to let it slide. But the fact is, he has realized that someone somewhere lied to him. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Thank you, guys. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.